Testing 1, 2, 3. Warning, the following video may contain adult language and themes. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. If you have a problem with this, stop playing this video now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You had your chance to back out. No turning back now. Hi, I just got done watching a great horror movie. Awesome horror movie. Jesus Christ, this was good. Talk about a hidden gem. It's called See No Evil. It was released in 2006 by WWF, or like WWE Films, which is a wrestling company. And I don't know, I think it's just, I don't know if like the wrestlers actually had input in making it. I know it stars the killer in this movie. This is a slasher film, it's a horror film. The killer, I believe, is the guy who plays Kane in the wrestling, I don't know, in the wrestling franchise. I don't know exactly what his name is, but yeah, he's like 7 foot tall. I think he's like the Undertaker. Yeah, his name's Glenn Jacobs, and he's like, he's billed as 7 foot tall, and he's actually 6'10", I think, and he's the killer in this movie. And geez, this is like a love letter, in my opinion, to the Friday the 13th series. If you liked the Friday the 13th series at all, you will love this film. Jesus Christ. This was, and it was really graphic at times. Like, this is like the perfect, like, splatter film. This is the perfect splatter film. Almost the perfect. I would actually say this film was actually one of the more, like, shockingly violent films I've seen. It's probably not the most violent, but it's pretty shocking. Like, I was not expecting a lot of the violence in this film. It's the perfect slasher film. Glenn Jacobs plays pretty much like the Jason killer in this, and I'm just gonna give you the plot synopsis. You know, I'm not gonna spoil much, but basically, these troubled youth, I think they're like in their 20s. They may be passing them off as teenagers. You know, they do that a lot in these movies. They pass, 20-year-olds off as teenagers, but they're troubled youth. And they're being loaded into a bus, and it's co-ed, and they're going to be going to do community service. They go to this old hotel, and they're going to like restore it. They have to clean it up and fix it up for the homeless. And since it's co-ed, there are a whole bunch of guys, a whole bunch of girls. There's like 5 guys and 5 girls, and there's a male correctional officer who goes with them to oversee it, and a female correctional officer that goes with them. And they go to this hotel that's all run down. It's a huge hotel, and it's the perfect place. It's run down, it's dark, it's dank. It's the perfect place for a Friday the 13th type scenario to take place. And there's an old woman that welcomes them, and she owns the hotel, I believe. And first off, I'd like to say that you have your typical stereotypes. You have the black guy. I don't want to get into racial here, but you have the black stereotype guy. You have a black woman too, and you have like the badass guy. You have like the granola chick girl. You have the valley girl. You have like the lesbian type girl. You have like the Mexican guy. You just have all these stereotypes going there. And another thing is that in pure Friday the 13th fashion, the girls are just extremely fucking hot. I can't speak for the guys, because I don't, I'm not gay, but I don't know about the guys who are really hot, but the girls are just like insanely hot. Almost unrealistically hot. It's like, how are these, I'm sure troubled delinquents who are in jail don't look this hot, women, but the girls are really fucking hot. Like the Valley girl is like one of the, she's really fucking hot, like model type hot. It's like, is this the correctional facility in Malibu or something? Even then, the girls are extremely hot in this. Unrealistically so. But getting past that, it's a slasher film, what do you expect? Anyway, so they go to this hotel, and all of a sudden, you guessed it, they start getting picked off one by one. Now, the male correctional officer who's in charge of the males actually went to a crime scene earlier where let's just call Glenn Jacobson's character Jason, because he's basically Jason. He's a killer. He's a mindless killer. Let's call him Jason. The male correctional officer, like years early, tried to bust Jason. Jason was at like a a crime scene, in this trailer park where he was holding a girl hostage, and he picked her eyes out, She was still alive, but he picked her eyes out. That's why it's called See No Evil. That's what this Jason archetype does. He picks people's eyes out for some reason. I think it's because obviously he had a troubled youth, His mother, it's even like Friday the 13th in that he had an overbearing mom, and he's like, kill her, Jason, kill her for me, It's basically the same shit. And years earlier, the male correctional officer tried to bust Jason. Jason killed his partner, obviously, stereotypical thing, and he cut off the male correctional facility officer's arm. I think his arm, and he survived, but he shot Jason in the head, but Jason got away. Years later, it's years later now. They're going to the hotel, and obviously people are getting picked off one by one, and it's surprise, surprise, Jason. I really like this movie. This is a love letter to the Friday the 13th and slasher genre in general. And I think I reviewed No One Lives as well, which is also a WWE production. And I just gotta say, these have been really good. The Wrestling Federation, or whoever the fuck they are, whatever, WWF, know how to make horror movies good. So far, yeah. Which I guess isn't really surprising, because they know how to put on a show. They know how to make violence, they know how to have blood and gore, and they know how to act, well enough to be in a horror movie, The acting in those wrestling fucking matches is horrible, but so is the acting in horror movies. So it's like a match made in heaven, I don't know I don't know if they just produced it or if they actually had influence in these movies, But if they just produced these movies, they've gotten lucky twice. No One Lives and See No Evil. Is that what it's called? Yeah, I believe it was called See No Evil. I hope I didn't forget the title of it already, but let's see. See No Evil. Yep, See No Evil. Yeah. So it's 2 for 2. They've done great for 2 movies. I don't know if they have creative control, It wouldn't surprise me if they did, because they're so good with violence, but this is, on another level though, and this is gore though. But I've seen in the WWF though, people land on nails and stuff and fake tacks and stuff. So it wouldn't surprise me. But there's a lot of violence in this. This is really violent, and really like this movie. If you like the Friday the 13th series, check this out. This is Jesus Christ, man. And this reminds me of another horror series that try to pay homage to the Friday the 13th series. It was Hatchet. And I don't like the Hatchet series that much. I'll give you my quick review of those right now, because I've already seen them. I can't make a review, because I've already seen them. First one I didn't like. Second one I didn't hate as much as the first one. And the third one I actually liked the most, but I still didn't like it that much. I don't know why. Because, you'd think I would like those, because they're pretty much like this. And I think it has to do with Victor Crowley. I don't think I like him as much. I liked Jason, the Jason character in this one though, See No Evil, Glenn Jacobs, and I don't know if they're going to make another one of these, or if they've made a second one. I think they're going to release another one in 2014. I think this one did fairly well at the box office. It cost I think $8 million, and it made more than twice that, so they should make another one, and I really liked this one. This one was really good. Yeah, it's just, and there's a few moments of black comedy in it as well, like the granola chick, who I thought was really annoying, and thank God she died, but she was earlier she was feeding, there's this hungry, starving dog, and she was like, come here, doggy, and she fed this doggy some food, and later on in the movie, she gets stuck upside down, and her arm breaks, you'll see in the movie, and the dog comes out, she's basically dangling there with blood streaming down her arm, and the dogs come out and eat her. It was gruesome, but come on, that's black comedy at its finest. Check this movie out. This movie was great. I thought Glenn Jacobs was great in this. He's a great Jason type character. And I think there was the reason why he plucks people's eyes out. I think it's because his mom was extremely religious, had a Carrie situation going on, where she'd be like, you're a sinner, and she'd make him wash his eyes out and stuff, and he just kept him in a cage, and it's the stereotypical tortured childhood, and as to why he's so fucked up. They try to make us feel sorry for him, but he's just ruthless bastard. There's just nothing that could have been done to him to justify him doing this shit to people. And I'm not gonna get into spoilers about the ending, but this, yeah, check it out. Great slasher movie, hidden gem. You know, this is a real hidden gem. I'm gonna check out more WWE films, dude. If they're as good as this, yeah, great film called See No Evil, released in 2006. Check it out. Really excited about this one. Didn't think it would be any good, but it's really good. Check it out. That's all. Thanks. Bye.